Welcome back to the shooting channel, and today we're going to do a follow-on from the film I did a few films ago about what you expect on your first shooting lesson or have a go. I have got my friend James. Hi James.
How you doing?
James has never ever shot before, he's never picked up a gun before, and he's come along to experience what shooting is like on the first attempt. So we're going to walk into the stand and we're just going to talk him through what we do and go from there. So James, we've come to the first stand on your first attempt at shooting. Before we start, what made you want to do this?
I've got a few friends who shoot. I've seen it on the internet and it just looks like something I'd really be interested in.
And in your head, what is your image of shooting? What's the sort of thing that what did you expect when you came to a shooting grounds?
Honestly, I have no idea. I imagine the shotgun is some really powerful gun. You know, you see it in the movies, you think you can shoot it 10 yards or whatever, but actually it's probably not what I think it is, and that's really why I wanted to. So
a shotgun is actually, it will only go 60 yards. It's not like a rifle. Shotgun shooting and rifle shooting bears no relationship whatsoever. You aim a rifle, you point and swing a shotgun. In actual fact, if you play any racket sports, do you play any racket sports?
Yeah, I play badminton.
It's more in common with that because it's all about eye-hand coordination. And you look where the ball goes, you look where the clay goes and go with it. And that's the biggest thing. People think about closing eyes. To start with, both eyes open and look at the target. So, any of your friends, do they shoot? Or have they thought about, or your wife or your girlfriend, what do they think about it?
A couple of my friends, they've been to shooting on stag do's, but nobody that I know really shoots.
The whole idea of doing these couple of series that we're doing on the shooting channel at the moment is to try and encourage exactly people like you to come and give it a go and take it up as a professional sport. A lot of people think okay, I'm wearing tweed, a lot of people think it's expensive, it's really upper class. It doesn't make any difference whether you're young, old, retired, female, male, anyone can give shooting a go. And do you think it's going to hurt?
Yeah, I do, but I don't know if it will or it won't.
And why? What gives you that idea that you think it's going to hurt?
Just seeing Arnold Schwarzenegger in the movies.
And that is exactly the comment we want people to make, because at the moment everyone looks at the movies, they look at films, and they think, oh, the shotgun's going to bash you back. And in actual fact it doesn't. If you've got the correct gun and the correct kit, it actually doesn't hurt at all. You come to a shooting school, there's three different types. You've got gun clubs, you've got competitions, and you've got shooting schools. When you come to a shooting school, generally we'll just have a rail and the targets are out there, and that's so the instructor can move about and make you feel comfortable and safe, basically. Are you left-handed or right-handed?
Right.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you one of these, and I'm going to give you a set of safety glasses, and I'm going to give you a set of earphones.
Yeah, thank you.
And if I can ask you just to zip that up, your waistcoat up. You should be able to put your earphones on because you can hear.
Okay.
You should be able to hear me talking.
Do you press and hold the middle button?
Oh, what's that?
On?
Done it?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Can hit.
So what's just happened then?
So it's electronic earphones, and don't forget SWATCOM earphones. If you want a pair of SWATCOM earphones, you can have a discount code TSC10, gets yourself 10% off these fantastic products. So what we're going to do first is I'm just going to show you how to take the gun out of the slip. So you've got a gun here, you always carry the slip that way up. You never carry the slip that way up, because basically that zip could break any minute. That is solid, it won't fall out of there. So the gun is over like that. When the gun is there, you put the gun on the floor, you open it to there, gun comes out, you push the top lever across and the gun comes out.
Nice.
When you put it back in again, close the gun up, there. And that is the basic safety aspect of removing the gun from the slip. When you carry it, you either carry it like that or you carry it on your toe like that. Obviously not like that, obvious reasons, it's carried like that. That's about the best way. You can carry it like that, and there is a lot of grounds that don't mind you carrying it like that. But if I'm talking to you and somebody else talks to me, smack. You've got to remember it's got two ends. That is a definite no-no, all right? So it's either like that or over your arm like that, all right? So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to get you handling that gun and holding that gun. So first thing we're going to shoot at is that. So we're going to let the clay get right to the top of its arc. We're going to look at the bottom edge of that target, pull the trigger, and that's all we're going to do to start with. The biggest thing we want to do is getting you holding that gun correctly, both eyes open. So the first thing I want to do is I want you to stand next to me like that, feet shoulder widths apart. Take your half a pace forward with that foot, 12 o'clock, like a clock face, 12 to quarter past, 2 o'clock. Now you don't want that back foot to come back any further because the gun will slip out onto your shoulder. So the whole idea of where that gun goes, the gun doesn't want to be tight in here on your collarbone, the gun doesn't want to be out here. The reason why I've given you this skeet vest is because it goes right in the middle of the pad there, and it goes just there. Now take hold of the gun with both hands, so that finger on the trigger, and then you've got an angle created by a jawbone and your cheekbone. That angle there, stick your bum out, so that's where your weight wants to be. Front leg straight, there, all right? So your eyebrows are parallel with that gun and you're looking there. Stick your bum out. So that is exactly what you want to be looking at. All right, now nothing in the gun, we're just going to have a look at one, all right? So head on the wood, nothing in the gun, all right? That's where you want to be. Stick your bum out. Ready? Now. And that is all we're going to do to start with, all right? When I say now, you pull the trigger, all right? So let me do it. Take your half a pace forward.
Yeah.
Front leg straight, stick your bum out. Front leg straight. Take hold of the gun, head forward. That's where you want to be. See, your eyebrows are parallel with that gun, all right? When I say now, you pull the trigger. Ready? Now. Now, stay there.
Yeah.
Take the gun down, right down. Now push that top lever towards me. That's it. Break the gun. Now, what did that feel like?
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Did it hurt?
No. I did feel a bit of pressure, but it didn't hurt.
So all it does is push it. The reason why I'm pushing you forward is then the gun doesn't push you back. But all I would say you did is when you put that gun there and you moved up, your head came off the wood. The whole idea is your head stays there until you finished, right? Not round down, but not off. Think to yourself, chubby chops on wood, right? So feet like that.
One foot forward.
That's it.
2 o'clock.
Just going to do a couple like that, just to get you a feeling there. Ready? Now. Good. Take the gun down. Push the top lever towards me. Now, when you close that gun up, you're going to close the gun into your line of view. So you're looking there where you're going to kill the target. So the barrel, the stock stays here, the barrel closes up to there. So it closes up there.
Yeah.
Push it away. Good. Ready? Now. Good. Take the gun down. That's it. Push it away. Ready? Now. Good. So, on that target, you missed 2 in the trot. Where did you look?
To the right.
Why did you look to the right?
It felt natural.
So if you think to yourself, it's actually quite right to look to the right, but you actually were looking over the top of it. So what you should have done is looked bottom right-hand corner. So not just to the right. So this time, if you do that, let it get to the top, look at the bottom right-hand corner.
So the little pin at the end of the gun,
Yeah.
am I aiming for that, or am I aiming sort of from the back to
So
the front?
that is exactly this. You do not look at this, all right? As long as this is in your line of view, you know when you drove here this morning,
Yeah.
what did you look at?
The road.
And when you went round a corner, where did you look?
I looked around the corner.
Exactly the point. So your head looks over the top of that steering wheel,
Yeah.
and it looks where you're going. And that's exactly, long as your head is right on that wood, which is why I said to you about lifting your head and your head being parallel, long as your head is on that wood, the gun will shoot where you're looking. This is just a reference point, but you don't want to reference it that much. Trust your eyes, that your eyes will take you to the clay. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Another quick question. What's the clay is obviously, you know, that wide. How wide is the spray of the shotgun? You know, is it smaller than the clay or bigger?
No, it's probably, you got that much spread.
So I'm missing
you've got
at least that
yeah,
much.
you've got a fair bit of spread. Yeah, but this is where, so with a bullet, with a rifle, you've just got one solid bullet.
Yeah.
Whereas with a shotgun, it's more about skillful rather than the kit.
Yeah.
So it's more about you. So whether a gun is 150 pounds or whether a gun is 1,500, 2,500 pounds, you should be able to shoot the gun the same way if this fits that angle.
Yeah.
And what all you're trying to do, that's called the comb, and that's 3 fingers away from there. All you're trying to do is get your eye above that rib, looking where that target's going. And that is a perfect good question, because everyone says exactly the same thing. It's all about you. And we've done on this channel, we've done quite a lot of guns that are 50 quid. And you can actually, okay, they don't feel comfortable, they haven't got all the capabilities that the expensive guns got, but you can still hit that basic clay with that gun. So that is exactly what you want to be looking at.
Some of that clay.